How often do you find yourself like right in the middle of relationship drama? Not even yours, but you're the one getting the calls, the texts, maybe about the honey-do list that never gets done, or trying to figure out where that lipstick came from. It's such a familiar feeling, isn't it? Being that like unofficial advice person for everyone.
Absolutely. You become this sounding board, the go-to. And you want to help, you really do, but sometimes feels like you're just, patching things up temporarily.
Well, today we're diving into something really interesting that gets right into that. It's a book called Sketchy Situations by Shirley Denise Horton. This isn't your standard relationship manual. It's actually a collection of thought-provoking, life-changing skits. These are based on real-life stuff she encountered. So think of it like you're a fly on the wall, listening in on these really relatable, sometimes funny, sometimes frankly quite tough relationship moments.
Right, so it's less prescriptive, more observational in a way.
Exactly. And our mission here is to really unpack what these skits show us. What insights do they offer about navigating the tricky parts of relationships, about finding the courage to change things, and maybe crucially about self-awareness and knowing when, maybe a friend's advice isn't enough.
Knowing when to escalate, basically.
Yeah. The book has 3 main thought-provoking sketchy situations, and we're going to explore each one.
And that skit format, it's compelling, isn't it? Because you get to see the dynamics play out, the communication or maybe the lack of it. It's not just about the problem itself, like the list, but how people are interacting or feeling to interact around it.
Totally. And it's not just the skits either. The book adds this couple's journal diary. It's got exercises, activities, even date night ideas, which tells you something, right?
Yeah. It suggests it's not just about spotting the problems, but actually actively doing something, working towards solutions, putting effort back into the connection.
Right. And the author, Shirley, she keeps coming back to a few core ideas, like looking back at past stuff to learn, not just repeat mistakes. Also, the real power in just changing how you think about things. And for a lot of people, the role faith plays in getting through relationship struggles.
Those are big ones.
Yeah.
Change starting inside you, the value of really thinking things through, and how a shared belief system can be a source of strength. Powerful stuff for growth.
Okay, so let's get into the first sketchy situation. It's titled, When You Ask a Friend for Guidance, Advice, Direction, Enlightenment. So we meet Felicia, and it seems like she's got Shirley, her friend, basically on speed dial for every single issue with her husband, Cletus. And the big thing right now, that infamous honeydew list, Cletus isn't doing it.
Oh, that's such a classic, isn't it? The household chores, who does what, the different expectations. It can blow up so easily into resentment.
And Felicia, well, she's not holding back. Shirley gets another call, and yep, it's the same story. Cletus hasn't done a thing on the list. Felicia's at her wit's end. But it's like, she's not just venting, she almost expects Shirley to somehow, wave a wand and make Cletus do it.
Why do you think people do that? Pulling a third party like that?
Maybe looking for someone to agree with them. Back up.
Yeah, validation, maybe support, but it can also be, a way to sidestep talking directly to their partner. It feels safer, maybe, to talk to a friend.
And Shirley, you can tell she's heard this track before. She's clearly had enough. She even asks Felicia straight up, like, have you guys ever thought about getting professional help?
Good question. Direct.
But does Felicia think about it? Nope. She just yells across the room, Cletus, get on the phone.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's not a great sign, is it? It kind of suggests she's not ready to look at their own dynamic.
Oh,
just wants to keep pulling Shirley into the middle.
So poor Shirley ends up talking to Cletus. And you can just imagine him probably sighing on the other end, but Shirley tries a different tack with him. She focuses on his side, like acknowledging he probably feels swamped, maybe nagged constantly about this list.
That's smart. Trying to understand his feelings first, instead of just piling on with Felicia's complaints. Yeah. It opens the door, maybe, for something more constructive.
And this is where Shirley's advice gets, really specific. She tells Cletus, okay, new habit. Every morning, say, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna, and then just pick one thing off that list. Just one. Like, start with painting the bathroom. Small steps.
I like that. Break it down. Make it manageable. That I'm gonna thing, it's like a little bit of positive self-talk, too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Setting the intention.
Yeah. And she adds another free tip, no charge. Do 10 minutes of physical activity every day. She explains how, endorphins and stuff, it can change his mood, change the whole vibe in the house.
It's amazing how linked it all is. Physical health, emotional state, small changes really can ripple out. You have kind of a holistic view.
But then Shirley kind of has
Exactly. That outside perspective, unbiased, it can be so helpful for couples to actually hear each other and see the patterns they're stuck in.
Now, Shirley also brings in faith here. She suggests that while, okay, advice from outside helps, ultimately for her, it's God who can really get to the heart issues, break those negative cycles.
Right.
She even has this analogy like, you might still think about the problem, but the pain of it, the mental anguish, it kind of fades when faith gets involved.
For people who share that belief system, that's a really powerful anchor, a source of comfort, guidance, perspective.
It's funny, Felicia actually jokes about how deep Shirley's getting, and Cletus is like, hey, we should pay you for this.
Yeah, maybe they should.
But she cracks another joke about getting a credit card machine ready, saying her advice costs more than a counselor.
Driving the point home.
Yeah, and the whole thing ends with this tongue-in-cheek line, free couples counseling from a single woman. Then there's an assignment for them, maybe for us listening too. Treat yourself to a date night. Enjoy.
That's a good reminder. Amidst all the problems, nurture the good stuff too.
And the other woman was shocked. Shirley's response, even more final this time, don't call me, I'm gone fishing.
You can't blame her. It's incredibly messy, complex, addiction, betrayal, blame shifting. It's a lot for anyone, let alone a friend.
Okay, 6 weeks after that, the counselor narrates an update. Estes is now starting her own sobriety journey, and Woodrow is actually supporting her.
Okay, a glimmer of hope, maybe?
Maybe. The narration stresses how vital it is to first recognize and admit there's a problem. That's step one, always. Again. Okay, on to the last one. Skit 3. Deception at its finest, or is it? This starts with Mercedes calling Shirley. She's met a guy. Problem. He says one thing, A, but does something completely different, B.
Ah, the classic Sado discrepancy. Very common, unfortunately.
Shirley gives her the choice. You want hood advice or spiritual advice? Mercedes picks hood advice.
Interesting choice. Sets a tone.
Shirley's hood advice. Simple. Believe B, what he does. Because A is just what he wants you to think. B is who he really is.
Pretty pragmatic. Actions speak louder than words.
Shirley emphasizes, people should just be real. Don't lie to impress someone. Mercedes admits, yeah, but he's really hot.
Ah, the eternal conflict. Attraction versus red flags. It can definitely cloud your judgment.
But then the guy does something kind of unexpected. He just tells Mercedes straight up, look, I'm just trying to hit it and quit it.
Whoa. Brutal honesty. Or just blatant self-interest.
Right. Shirley actually says, hey, it would be good if everyone was that honest. Mercedes is like, yeah, I wish I knew that from the start.
It's weird, isn't it? You almost respect the honesty, even if the intention is terrible. But Shirley makes a good point later.
Yeah, she quotes the Bible, John 8.32, the truth will set you free. She encourages Mercedes, okay,